for now, over the long run, this pan-European, the European system as it exists now is not going to work. It's going to be too weak, probably, to defend the West. One aspect that I'd like to add is that the EU has tended to be a project by and for technocratic elites. And a lot of the populist discontent comes out of memories of things that have just happened in the last 2 decades. The European Union has been sort of operating this way for about 23 years. Let's say basically since the introduction of the euro at the turn of this century. The Maastricht Treaty of 1992 was the beginning of the European project, really, but between a quarter and a third of the century, between 25 and 33 years. Europeans remember things like the way Angela Merkel in Germany and Nicolas Sarkozy were able to use European institutions to overthrow the Italian government during the finance crisis, or to block a referendum that would have allowed Greece to secede from the euro currency. And the European Union is mostly off stage, but it disposes of really mighty strings to pull. It plays the role that sometimes that civil rights law has played in the United States, and we've talked about this a bit at Hillsdale over the last half a century. That is, it offers a way for the alumni of the grander universities to review the democratic verdicts of the American people and decide whether they pass muster or not. And so that's the way the European Union works. The proudest boast of many European politicians is they call Europe a regulatory superpower. That's a really, it's an interesting way to look at things. They say, we are a regulatory superpower. It reminds me of the way that the Swedes used to talk this way too. They used to say, we are a humanitarian superpower. But this is meant to be a boast, that they're a regulatory superpower. So this really gets us to the heart of the real problem that's being hashed out between Vance and, by extension, Trump and Brussels. Since roughly the Clinton administration, that is for the whole of the EU's political history, the EU has been in real harmony with the Democratic Party in the United States. They really see the world in the same way. And the result is that when Democrats are in power, in the United States has very good relationships with Brussels, and very bad relationships, very hostile relationships with anti-EU Brexit-style parties in any of the European member states, and especially in Poland and Hungary. I mean, the U.S. has been like a member of the opposition ever since Viktor Orban has come to power in Hungary, and also during the time that the Catholic law and